Hey y'all, welcome back. With half the year gone, I thought it would be a good time to flip through the Daily Doodle Diary and show you how it's been going. Once we get through this, I will give you my thoughts and opinions on the Daily Doodle Diary challenge. But for now, let's bring in this hefty thing. I mean, we're only halfway through the year, and look how thick this thing's gotten. Let's get into it. Starting with the monthly outlook in the beginning, I've been keeping up with adding a little description of every day. It's unnecessary, but it's nice to see the progress all in one spot. We're going to be skipping January. I already did a flip through of that month in a different video. You should go check it out if you haven't. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've been seeing the progress monthly posted there. There's a lot to get through, so I'm going to do my best to get through each one as quickly as possible. Alrighty, February 1st, starting with the blue-footed booby. Played with the font, and these little birds are cute and just make me giggle. Because I'm a child. Then we had been watching Jujutsu Kaisen, and I really wanted to draw the toad Shikigami. This was fun trying to find all the right colors, but I like how it turned out in the end. Then we have this little wizard. I found an inspo pic on Pinterest and wanted to practice more with different mediums. So there is acrylic, marker, pen, pencil, and highlighter. It's the first time I've used highlighter on a piece, and I really enjoyed the effect that it had. So you'll see highlighter used a good amount. Here I saw a picture of a cat with a fish hat and really wanted to draw it. So I did a quick sketch of the head and then refined it, and it turned out pretty cute. We have a little acorn ghost. I didn't really know what to draw this day, so that is really what it is. I really like this one. I need to revisit this. I found an inspo pic on Pinterest and drew it. Really wanted to work on my human figures. I want to redo this with the highlighter pen combo that you'll see coming up. I think it could be pretty cool. On this day, I really wanted to do something quick, so I just drew a rabbit. Practicing drawing hands, not much to really say about that one. On this day, I wanted to incorporate words, so I drew a duck. The font is a little wonky, but it does say quack, and he looks very displeased with my font work. Here I had the idea to combine two animals, so we have a deer and a pigeon head. I like this idea, but I feel like it needs work. May have to revisit this in my sketchbook. This one, I'm not really sure what I was doing, but I don't really like it, so it doesn't matter. Moving on. Here I was just trying to create a garden monster. He also needs work, but has potential. Here is another day I really didn't know what to draw, so we got a derpy bunny. Valentine's Day. I just tried out a heart font, and of course hearts in the background. Then we have a long weasel. Why? Because, I don't really know. Not really sure what I was going for here. Here we have a fun pumpkin. I think I was mostly practicing on toned paper, but I think the pumpkin really turned out better than I expected. And here is Vlad in her debut in the diary. It did not dawn on me until here that I could be practicing drawing her for a future kids book project. Trying to practice this style for her, I ended up drawing her the next day as well. Really was just trying to get her look down. On this day, I didn't know what to draw, so I drew a rabbit. Rabbits, I noticed, seem to be the go-to when I'm not sure what to draw. Not sure why that is. Next we have a deer. I want to try this one again. I don't like the style for this one. More realistic might be better. I don't know. And another Vlad. Decided to try a different hairstyle, and I think it turned out really cute. Here we have, in all its random glory, a little pink hedgie and a strawberry hat. Because it's cute, and that is all. Then we have this frog. I really like how he turned out. It looks like he is up to something, so I gave him little horns. He is very mischievous indeed. Oh, then we have, I love this page. I actually did a video highlighting this page. It's my Five Nights at Freddy's inspired Happy Tree Friends. I really like it, but it definitely took way longer than it should have. I got kind of behind after this. Then we have another Vlad, just practicing. On this day, I didn't know what to draw, so I asked my husband for an idea. He said you could draw a totem pole with some of your characters, so I did. We have Marshmallow, Jackal, Chunky, and I actually don't have a name for this last one. Then a fennec fox, cute, simple, and that's about it. To finish February, we have a simple sunset. At this point, I was still thinking I might try to finish each month with a sunset, but spoiler, that does not happen. Starting March out with a doodle I did with my daughter, just a little mushroom house and a tree behind it with some other mushrooms growing on it. This one I saw a reference photo online and decided to try drawing. I think it turned out pretty decent. On this day, I was watching Raining Leaves on YouTube and how she draws figures, so I thought I'd give it a go, but then I didn't know where to go from there, so I just left it there, threw a triangle behind it and called it a day. On this one we have a sea bunny. I want to draw this one again so I can finish the bottom. I think it turned out super cute and has a lot more potential. And here I tried another figure with a better idea than the last and used a highlighter to color it in, and that started something. The next several days I experimented with highlighters and pens, and I love how this girl with the owl turned out. This was a reference off Pinterest, and the green highlighter blending with the pen, it's my favorite. It has a ghostly look and I love it. This next one, not so much. I tried a different pen and the highlighter just didn't react the same way. So the next day I tried yet another pen and the same thing. Highlighter just didn't work the same. So on the next day I went back to my 4-in-1 Sarza pen, and exactly what I wanted. The right pen makes all the difference. And I used some white acrylic marker to add highlights, and this is another favorite. Then we have yet another favorite. I love how this one turned out. The red is just really striking, and the blending of the pen and the highlighter just works so well. This next one, I started trying multiple colors, and it worked out. They're water-based, so blending should be a no-brainer. And I like how the hair turned out. On this day, I took a break from people and went to town with highlighters to color in this cat. He's pretty cute. And Vlad is back. I definitely want to do this again with an environment, maybe even do some collage with it. We shall see. Could be pretty fun. On this day, I wanted to draw some Ghibli. I had the idea for my desk organizer, yet another video you should check out, and I was just really wanting to draw the duck. Then next, went back to humans, another reference photo from Pinterest. I used my Rembrandt polycolor pencil, and you guessed it, highlighter. And I really like how it ended up. Next we have Bulma. Just tried drawing her in a different style and had fun doing the Dragon Balls. Then another Vlad. Something just doesn't work about this one. I need to try it again. I think the proportions are just off. And she's slanted. I don't know, it's weird. On this day, I did the drawing for my desk organizer and then just stuck it in here. And then just a flower-filled blob with a quote. "Normality is a paved road. It's comfortable to walk, but no flowers grow." By Van Gogh, if that's correct. I don't know. I didn't really research further into it. Okay, I love this one. This one turned out so good. The stamp outline I tried to do around it was a little lacking, but when I put that black behind it, it really just completed it. Everything pops, and it's super cute. Then we have another Vlad, trying a different hairstyle. This was a no from those I asked, so we go back to the messier look after this. Then we have some silly cats, one with some drama, and the other just with a winter cat. I'm not sure what I was really thinking on these days, but there you have it. I think this is the last human I do for a while, and this one was interesting. I do like how it turns out. I was trying to blend red and orange highlighter, and it wasn't contrasting enough, so I tried laying down white acrylic and then coloring over it, and that gave me the contrast I wanted. Then we have another hand and using the highlighter to shade it. This one is a sketch. You may have guessed it's from another video. I think I only plug one more video in this video. Sorry about that. This is the first Vlad in an environment with her partner in crime. I love how the end product turned out. Next, just more playing with highlighter, paint pens, and colored pencils. I had been seeing on Instagram tutorials for bushes and grass and some other things. So I decided to try, and they were actually pretty simple and looked good. So I did it the next day, and this time added a couple of geese to the design. Then to finish out this month, I decided I was going to do Pokemon combinations. I found a random Pokemon generator, and on this first day we got Toxtricity and Spectrier. I'm not sure if I'm saying these right, but we're going with it. And I like it, but it's mostly Toxtricity with hints of Spectrier. So I could work a little more on that. The next day we got Marowak and Nickit, and I feel like I did a better job combining the two more evenly. And that is the end of March. Starting April, I can't remember how I got this idea, but I run with it for sure. My little veggie ghosts. I had fun with these and really like how they turn out. This one is cute. Back to combining characters, I took X-Tyrannomon and changed it up to Kirby and Charmeleon. And here I found a reference photo. It may have been AI, I'm not sure. But I draw up my immortal 1-Up kitty. And he's pretty cute. And then we have a little whimsical Flad. Just practicing here, not really sure what I was going for. Next, this is probably one of the most doodly doodles that I got. I was on the phone and just mindlessly put pen to paper. And this is what came out of it. You can see my notes around the drawing are questioning my sanity at this point. So the next day I tried again and actually put some effort. I would say an improvement, for sure. Then we have a little stuffed snake ghost. Not much to say about that, don't really know what I was doing there either. And we are back with my little veggie ghosts. Got the turnip and the onion. Tried a little skull mask on the turnip and think it turned out pretty cute. It was inspired by a Pokemon. Couldn't tell you which one at this point. I'd have to look it up. And then this one is my favorite. I love the grumpy sweet potato. He's so cute. I'm gonna say cute a lot. I don't know if you've noticed that yet, but yeah. Then there is an adorable angelic garlic. Maybe the grumpy sweet potato is grumpy because the garlic got to be angelic and he didn't. Okay, this is the first bulb I tried. I'm not a fan, and it may just be because of the toned paper. I'm not sure. It took a lot longer to get to this than the others that were on white paper. Next is the cute parsnip cut in half. That was a fun element, so I had to try it again. So the next day I did a beet with a few more cuts, and I really like how the beet came out. Then I took a break from the veggie ghosts and went silly with a singing pigeon. Okay, this was more of a mindless drawing, a cute plant like Digimon in a pot. Cute, it's okay. The next day I did another in all colored pencil. It's okay too, and I probably wouldn't continue with this line of drawings. By this point I was behind, so just did some line drawings of a gnarly tree, and the next day of a gnarly mushroom. Then we had a couple more bulb ghosts, a baby bluebell, and then the next is an older bluebell. Then we have some ampersands. I started with a balloon ampersand, just a little fun, whimsical design. And then the next day I did a bee ampersand. This one I didn't color because I got it in my head that it would look good with watercolor. And I don't really want to watercolor in this book, so it'll remain uncolored for now. Then I tried a few illusion designs I saw on Pinterest, just playing around. These were pretty fun to do. I forgot what I saw that gave me this idea, but it was the rainbow lines, and I thought they would be really good with the crane from that wallpaper. And the next day I did the crane again, but this time with rainbow wings, and this one was pretty fun. Okay, these days, so we were teaching the kiddo the up, high, down, low, too slow, high five. So I decided to practice typography and finish out the month with this. Though too slow was never done, I just kind of left it hanging. Not gonna go back and do it again. And now we move to May. This month I really started trying to practice color. I found references on Pinterest that others had done and just started laying down colors. Used my acrylic markers, and I think they turned out alright. Next we have an avocado. I'm not super thrilled with this one, but it's not as bad as some others. The fish I think are cute. I want to try them again, but with more color. Next we have a green jello dessert, which I think turned out pretty good and very delicious looking. Then I attempted a gummy bear. I don't think this one looks good at all. Not very appetizing in the least. Moving on, match. As a simple design, and I really like how it turned out. The flowy flame came out really awesome. Then you have this subpar strawberry. I don't really like this one that much. It took too long to get to this point, and I'm not thrilled with it. Next is a hammerhead shark. This one I think could be better. There isn't a lot of contrast, which I think is why I don't like it as much, but I can always work on that. The giraffe, I like the idea. I'm not thrilled with the colors or the execution. I would definitely try this one again. Then I tried to make a galaxy ladybug. Not bad, not my favorite. But then the herons. I love this one so much. I need to get a high quality scanner so I can get this prepped for something bigger. Not sure what that bigger is, but you never know. Then there's a cute little goldfish. I'm pretty happy with how the colors worked on this. The next day is a snake. I'm not as happy with how this one turned out. The belly I think looks good, but doesn't really fit with the body, so I might try this one again and just change up the body color. Then we have a grumpy sunflower. I want to try and do more of these at some point, but we'll see if we get there. And this is the last plug for a different video. I highlighted these Power Rangers that take up the next several days, and you should definitely go check it out to find out which ones were my favorites. Then we have another pumpkin, similar in coloring to the last one, but playing with more flowy fire and smoke. And I'm really enjoying the flowiness of things, so you'll see a lot more of that. Next is Vlad, who hasn't made an appearance in a minute. I like this design. I think I made her too tall, and that is throwing it off for me. Next, I try out some gouache. It actually did pretty well in this book. I'm impressed. I really like how the stormy background turned out in this one. Then I did some oranges in acrylic and gouache, and it's pretty cute. Next, we have an oddish Monstera character in a very 90s color scheme. This one was definitely fun to do. He looks kind of sad, but still cute. At this point, I'm behind again, so I'm just trying to fill pages. I really like this colorful tulip. It took forever, so it wasn't really helping me catch up. This one I saw on Pinterest and tried to recreate. It's not a 100% match, but it was an interesting design. Next, we have a less interesting design, just some colorful drips. Then a colorful egg. It's okay, took ages to get to this point, and I needed to move on. And finishing out the colorful month of May is the rubber ducky. He turned out okay, not very interesting. There could be more. Now we have a couple of Kirby's welcoming you to June. This turned out cute, and I enjoyed not really having to really think about the design. Next we have a Piplup. I love this flowy water behind him. Would love to do more water-type Pokemon just to do this again. Then we have a fun lava lamp, again playing with flowy elements. I really like how this turned out. I feel like I could do a little more to bring out the lamp, but I like it. Oh yeah, Duck Hunt. Drawing this without a grid was a pain in the butt, but it turned out pretty good in the end. The next day I wanted to go a little more simple with some sharks in the water. So just a little silhouette, though I think the silhouettes get lost with all the water details on top. So this one, I hate this one. The colors are just awful. So, next. I was behind again and just did line work. This day, I did Flareon, playing with some flowy fire. I may color this one day, we'll see, but I'm not sure. The next day, I did a cute mouse in a hoodie. He's super cute. I would love to get him colored in at some point. Then we have a blast from the past. Who remembers Jazz Jackrabbit when it was on floppy? I remember I used to love this game. I want to get it now and see if it still holds up. On this day, I kept it simple, played with some colorful clouds, and then the following day I did a screen cap from Bluey. It's a fun style and just enjoyed trying it out. So much so, I did it for the next day. But this time, just close up of the flowers. Originally, I didn't do the bee and decided I wanted him on there last minute, so I just collaged him on. And I did another flower from Bluey, I just thought it was cute and wanted to give it a go. This is also another screen cap from Bluey. Originally it had Bluey, Bingo, and Chili right here, but I took them out to focus on the sky. Then we have a bell, nothing really to note on that one. On these 2 days, I was experimenting with tracing paper. My thought on the ghost was the tracing paper is transparent, and that's about as far as I got. As you can see, it didn't really work out. Probably should have tried tissue paper. That might have given me the more white effect I wanted, but it is what it is. This is why we experiment. And next, I colored tracing paper with alcohol marker and then collaged them together and sealed it with unicorn milk. I don't use this as much as I would like to. The next day, I just did some leaves because the page was super wrinkled from the day before. Then this will make sense soon, but I did a few of these to fill some pages and get caught up. Here we have a little lilac, then marshmallow, Nella, jackal, and lastly, Chunky. The next page is another flower, not from Bluey this time, but turned out pretty cute. And then we have a brush buddy. We are watching Witch Hat Atelier. Super good. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend. It's killing me to have to wait for more episodes. And we're almost done. Almost there. We have another line work fire type. This one is Ponita. Again, I may color it later. I'm not too sure. And next we have a figure. I love this. Remembering old inspirations. I love Camille Rose Garcia's art, and I would love to try to bring back some of my old style. But we'll see how this goes. I'm kind of in a no-style era right now. This is something I had been thinking about for a couple of weeks, and I finally started to draw it. I will definitely be doing a spread in the sketchbook of these flying foxes. Next is just a page filler. It was a sketchbook idea I saw on Pinterest and gave it a try. It's pretty simple to do if you need a page filler. And finally, finishing out June with another flying fox. Super cute, and I cannot wait to do more of these. But that's that. That is 6 months. Technically 5. Y'all only saw 5 months in this video. Down. And honestly, my thoughts about this challenge. It's worth trying, especially if you are a doodler or just want to see if you can. I've discovered I'm not really a doodler. When I sit down to draw, I want a finished product. It's hard for me to keep it simple and loose and not need to finish what I started. I fell pretty behind several times, and catching up was no small feat. I'm glad I tried this though, and will do my best to finish it on time. We'll see. I can't wait to see what comes from the next 6 months. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye!